Hello, welcome back. This is Wency from Wency's Toys channel, and today I will be reviewing the Lego set 10497, the Galaxy Explorer Space System from the Lego Icon series for the 90 years of play anniversary. So let's get right to it. Oh, and before I forget, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And please consider subscribing, as a lot of my viewers have not yet subscribed to my channel, and it would help me a lot in bringing you more content like this in the future. Thank you very much! Okay, first up, let's take a look at the minifigures. So, since this is a classic set, so of course we will have the classic minifigures here. And you get actually 4 of them. So, there's 2 red and 2 white classic minifigure or classic space minifigures in this set. So since they are classic, of course I'll just take one off, and you're gonna see that this just has the simple face, like how it all started. And it's nice that they brought back the printing here, the same as if you got the Benny's Space Squad from a few years ago, where you get Benny and also a new pink classic spaceman. So again, this is just a classic minifigure with the space print. So if you take out the air tank, there's no back printing, but still, this just brings back memories. Okay, so now on to the main build. And I think this is going to be another one of those short reviews because this set is just incredible. I knew that I had to buy it because when I grew up, I had the original sets. I had the original LL928, and even the alternate builds, I had them, the smaller sets. But unfortunately, when I was growing up, when I left for college, my mom sent all of my Lego to my nieces and nephews. So I've lost all of my original Lego set, classic space sets. So when this came out, of course I had to buy it. And this is just incredible. And it also has interesting build techniques as well. So I'm just gonna say that this is the set, or the original classic space sets was the one that started it all for me in collecting Lego. And it was quite expensive then, and it is still expensive now, but at least now it's my own money. So in any case, it is a very interesting build, and I like that they did use Technic to build the frame. So as you can see here, the wings are thicker than the original. Of course, the original only had plate wings, but this one, because of the Technic framing underneath for the skeleton of this frame, or of this, of the wing frame, it is much more sturdier, and it looks sturdier. But I like the fact that they made it only 1 brick thick. It's not too thick that it makes it cumbersome, and it's not too thin that it looks fragile. It just looks perfect to me. And I like how they managed to build the engines here, the side engines. It is truly looks like an airplane engine, although this is space. When I was a kid, I didn't mind that there were engines like these in the classic space sets, but looking at this, not sure why they had to put like turbine blades here that mimic turbine blades, because we're in space. We don't really need air. We don't have air for us to burn. So although this is the classic space set, realistically it should be a different kind of engine. But in any case, it's still nice that they built the engine this way. It really looks like an enlarged version of the original, where it still had this same cone, but the body and the engine itself is a lot bigger. And of course, on how it was positioned here, it's nice that they made it in clips. Also like how they made these side panels here. Very, very cool. And of course, the classic LL928 insignia here. And all of the prints that you see here, including the space logo here, the LL928s, and a lot of the other pieces here that has markings, all of them are printed pieces. There are no stickers on this set, which is very, very cool, since the original space sets or the original Lego sets didn't have stickers. All of them were printed pieces. So that is very nice. And one thing also, the other thing that I have very much appreciated while I was building this, and during the Technic build, I was like, what are these for? And it turns out those were for the landing pads. All the landing pads are retractable so that you can swoosh them around without, you know, having landing pads, as opposed to before where it was just one piece landing pad with the circular landing pads. So this is a very good addition to me. The landing pads are very, very great. And as you can see here, the cockpit can fit 4 people. So I can put that here, and there are printed pieces here. Like, let me just take this out. This is a printed piece, so very, very cool. And like right now, while you're building this, in the instruction set, there are little notes that the designer or Lego put during the build. Because like they say here that originally, in the original set, there's only 1 steering wheel, but now they put 2. Because this is a larger spacecraft. So very, very cool. Also at the back, so I like the way that they made all of this cockpit here, where the building technique for this is very, very interesting and very, very cool. And then they also put beds here. Let me just take out the side build here. They also put beds here. And the reason why there's a space here is so that you can just fit the minifigure with his air tank. So they can sleep with their air tanks. Very, very interesting. Although you shouldn't be needing that if everything is pressurized, right? So very, very interesting there. And yeah, pretty cool. So one more interesting build here is, of course, the cargo bay. All of those who have had the classic space sets know all about the cargo bay. Very cool build using Nexonite shields and interesting use of pieces here to show the upside down arrow, which originally in the smaller set or the smaller scale for this set is a printed piece. So actually, let me talk about the scaling. So this is, I think, 1.5 times larger than the original. So this LL928, which was originally a 4-stud block, is now 6 studs. So it should be a 1.5 scale. And unfortunately, since I don't have the original with me, since I don't have that set anymore, I think you can go on to the internet and find other reviewers and see how they compare it with the size of the other sets. But again, let's go back to the cargo bay. So the engines, again, very, very cool. This originally was a single piece for the thrusters, for the directional thrusters. Now they use the flower pots. Very, very cool that they use flower pots. Although since before it was a single piece, you couldn't rotate it. But now these thrusters can be rotated, which I guess is much more accurate on how you use thrusters. So let's open up the cargo bay. Very, very cool use of wedges here for the aileron or the tailpiece. And again, you can see that they use hooks to hook up the cargo bay. And included in the set is, of course, the wrench and the walkie-talkie, which were the original accessories that the classic spaceman had in the original set. So in the cargo bay, so originally this cargo bay pad, or I would say the exit pad for the cargo bay, was just a single plate. So now it's a little bit more nuanced or thicker, which is cool. And there is an interesting way to pull out the landing or the buggy here. So you can pull this out and then it slides over there. So very, very cool that they use a single plate and an interesting build technique to do this. And now, can't remember if in the original there was an airlock, but now they have an airlock here. Very, very cool that they included an airlock. And I like the way how they used the angle needed for the fuselage to make this angle as well. Very, very cool indeed. So let's put that back. The one thing that I'm not sure if everyone has is sometimes it's not smooth to close the cargo bay doors. So you might want to take a look as when you're building it to make sure that everything is smooth. So that's it for my review of the Lego set 10497, the Galaxy Explorer. And if you've liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button and please hit subscribe, as a lot of my viewers have not yet subscribed to my channel, and it would help me a lot in bringing you more content like this in the future. And watch out if I build the alternate builds and show you the fast builds. Thank you very much.